You won't believe they exist. 3 erased American cars. Some cars were so weird, so rare, or such complete failures that they were practically erased from history. Forgotten by the public and buried by automakers, these 3 American cars almost disappeared without a trace. Let's bring them back into the spotlight. Support the channel by subscribing, and liking your support gives us great motivation to make more and more cool videos. Don't forget to hit the bell. Thank you. Number 3, 1977 Pontiac Can-Am. In the twilight of the muscle car era, Pontiac unleashed the Can-Am, a last-ditch effort to recapture some of the performance magic. Based on the Le Mans, it featured aggressive graphics, a functional shaker hood, and serious muscle under the skin. A 400 cubic inch V8 borrowed from the Trans Am. Unfortunately, its life was cut painfully short by production headaches, making it one of the rarest and most overlooked muscle machines of the era. Pontiac aimed to build a limited edition, affordable street brawler. With Trans Am power and Le Mans practicality, it tried to blend muscle with everyday usability. White paint with orange graphics and a rear spoiler. Bold Can-Am badging and that glorious shaker scoop sticking through the hood. Standard 400 cubic inch V8, 200+ horsepower, with a 4-barrel carburetor, optional 403 cubic inch V8, in some states due to emissions regulations. The fiberglass rear spoiler supply dried up when the subcontractor's mold broke. Rather than retool, Pontiac pulled the plug on the whole program. By 1977, insurance rates and emissions standards had already defanged the muscle car market. The Can-Am arrived just as consumer tastes were shifting towards smaller, more efficient cars. Fewer than 1,400 units were built, making it an instant rarity, but also meaning few buyers ever saw one on dealer lots. Surviving Can-Ams are prized for their rarity and bold 70s character. It's a conversation piece at car shows and a favorite among Pontiac loyalists. With better production planning, the Can-Am might have become a recurring performance package. Instead, it became a one-year wonder and an interesting what-if in Pontiac's history. The Can-Am proved Pontiac still had muscle car passion, even as the market was fading. In many ways, it was a spiritual bridge between the GTO of the past and the performance revival of the 80s. The 1977 Pontiac Can-Am is a perfect example of a brilliant idea spoiled by bad luck. With its muscle car swagger, Trans Am power, and unmistakable style, it could have been a legend. Instead, it's a rare and fascinating footnote. A forgotten hero from the final chapter of the original muscle car era. Number 2, 1987 Chevrolet Sprint Turbo. The Chevrolet Sprint Turbo was one of the most unexpected sleepers of the 1980s. Beneath its tiny, humble Econobox shell lurked a turbocharged inline-3 that turned this featherweight commuter into a zippy little rocket. Imported from Suzuki and rebadged as a Chevy, it offered crazy fun on a budget. But blink, and you missed it. Most people did. Chevy saw an opportunity to spice up the tiny Sprint by adding a turbocharger. With only about 70 horsepower, it sounds modest, but in a car that weighed around 1,700 pounds, it was an absolute riot. Despite the performance boost, it kept great fuel economy, often 40+ miles per gallon. Lightweight, nimble, and delightfully tossable in city driving. Built by Suzuki, essentially a Suzuki cultus, then imported and given a Chevy badge, shared DNA with other global compact cars, but stood out with its turbocharged flair. Minimal marketing meant few buyers even knew the Sprint Turbo existed. In the muscle car-obsessed U.S. market of the time, an economy hatchback with a turbo didn't resonate. It appealed to a very specific crowd. People who wanted performance, but absolutely needed high miles per gallon and low purchase cost. Only around for a couple of years before Chevy moved on to other small car strategies. It got lost amid a flood of other imported compacts. Today, enthusiasts recognize the Sprint Turbo as an early hot hatch pioneer. Surviving examples are rare, and their owners cherish them for their playful driving character. It showed that turbocharging could turn even the humblest car into something thrilling. Set the stage for the sport compact boom of the 1980s-90s. With a little tuning, these engines could handle extra boost, making the Sprint Turbo a budget tuner dream. The Chevrolet Sprint Turbo is a tiny turbo time capsule. It came in quietly, delivered surprising thrills, and disappeared before anyone really noticed. Today, it's a charming reminder that performance doesn't always need big displacement or a flashy badge. It just needs a little boost and a lot of heart. Number 1. 1966 Oldsmobile Toronado. The 1966 Oldsmobile Toronado was a landmark in American automotive history. It marked the return of front-wheel drive to the U.S. market for the first time since the Cord 810/812 of the late 1930s. Oldsmobile, known for innovation, took a bold step by combining a massive V8 engine with FWD, wrapped in dramatic styling that made the Toronado look like a concept car brought to life. The styling of the Toronado was aggressive and futuristic, with a long hood, hidden headlights, and muscular lines. Designers wanted it to stand out, and they succeeded. It looked like nothing else on the road at the time. The car rode on a unitized body frame structure, which was unusual for such a large vehicle and contributed to its stiffness and durability. Under the hood, the Toronado packed a 425 cubic inch, 7.0-liter super rocket. The 8 engine producing 385 horsepower and 475 pound-feet of torque. This power was sent to the front wheels through the innovative Unitized Power Package, UPP, a compact chain-driven transmission layout designed specifically for FWD in a full-size car. Despite its size and weight, the Toronado could sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 8 seconds. Impressive for the era. While the Toronado won Motor Trend's Car of the Year award in 1966 and earned praise for its engineering, it never became a high-volume seller. Muscle car mania and more traditional layouts overshadowed its innovations. However, the Toronado paved the way for future American FWD cars and showcased GM's willingness to push engineering boundaries. Early Toronados are now prized by collectors for their daring design and technological significance.